Welcome to Pavithra Laptop Care. So today's topic is all about PCH. Before this, I want to say thanks to our PLC student. They are first batch students, so I want to say thanks because they believed on us and they joined PLC. For them already I finished basic chapters. Basic in the sense the voltage level and signal introduction. Everything got over. Okay, now they moved to advanced level. In this advanced level, they must know about signals. Because I already explained them, the voltage level will work only 10% in the laptop motherboard. The remaining 90% is there, right? So that one works through signals. So that is the reason first in advanced level they have to know about signals. Okay, anyway, the PCH roles a major part here. Here is the three structures. The major chipsets. Here embedded controller or IO, input output devices, IC. Here is the PCH, here is the CPU. Okay, these are the major chipsets. So this PCH will communicate with BIOS chip also. BIOS chip. See, first this EC, this IO is communicate through what? LPC bus. Okay, LPC bus. I will explain you what is that LPC. And the same PCH will communicate with the BIOS chip through SPI. Through SPI. Please note down this LPC SPI. And the same PCH will communicate with CPU with DMI. With DMI. Okay. The PCH not only communicating with this, it will communicate with number 1 HDD, SSD. Okay, here PCI X M.2, here wireless LAN and LAN through PCI bus. Through PCI bus. Okay, next here not only this, it will work through, it's communicate with one more major thing is USB ports, type C ports, fingerprints, type C USB charger, Thunderbolt. Not only this, it connected to VGA, means normal VGA port will be there, no? To that also it is connected. This one in common mode, everything I already explained. Now I am going to explain in advanced mode. Advanced in the sense signal level. I already explained EC and PCH how it will communicate. Here a signal called RSM, RST will goes to the PCH, and PCH will give the acknowledgement. Okay, acknowledgement signals. Then one more signal on and off. Through this signal only, this IO will active and whole system will start functioning. I'll repeat. Through this on and off is not a voltage one. Everyone considering it as a voltage. No, absolutely wrong. It's a signal. Every signal carries a voltage called 3.3, 1.0 and so on. 1.2 in RAM section and so on. Once this on and off signal goes to the PCH, then all function will start. Okay, here so many signals are there. In another day I'll explain to our viewers. Now this is to remind to our PLC students what we have already done. Okay, so now we'll discuss one by one about PCH. That means all about PCH. To understand in schematic, first we need to understand some basic words. What they called about this. See, all PCI buses, devices and functions. Here it called as bus colon device colon function. Buses as BN colon DN colon FN. These are abbreviation of buses, devices and functions. N is a number or a path. Okay, for example, in case of device, it has connected 31 in function called 0. For device, D and this is the location, F is the function, this is the location one. Some common things will be there, that is PCI, USB, AHCI, SATA, Intel high definition, SM bus, DMI, LPC, PC and what else? SPI, ACPI. See, these all are the common words for PCH. So about these things we need to understand much more. Then only easily we can understand about PCH. In this I told it's a DMI. DMI. It's communication between PCH and CPU. What is that DMI? Means direct media interface. It has a high-speed buses. It's a communication between chip-to-chip connection between the processor and PCH. What it is? Chip-to-chip connections between processor and PCH. Using these buses, we can transfer the softwares which called operating systems like Windows, Ubuntu, DOS, so on. To communicate the software level, that's called, it's a DMI, direct media interface, direct chip-to-chip connection between this processor and PCH. It has high-speed buses. Here is the second one, LPC. See, it's communication between I/O, right? So what is that LPC? LPC. It called low pin count. Interface, it's a communication. Okay, it supports up to 8 MB size memory. So the address is located on D31. It's a device and function is 0 in PCH. It has two master or DMA devices, interrupt controllers, timers, power management, system management, Super IO and RTC. These buses controls or communicate using two masters or DMA devices. Second one, interrupts, controllers, timers, power management, system management, super IO and RTC. See, this is the most important point, because without this LPC your board will be in dead condition. So you must know about LPC buses. Okay, and one more thing is SPI. What is this SPI? SPI, any idea? SPI is serial peripheral interface. You already heard about this because it's communicate with bias chip. In latest PCH, it added so many advanced features. So to activate, to communicate with the bias chip, they have introduced more buses, more peripheral interfaces. So some words I will explain you here. One thing is, just I will introduce. The one is dual IO fast read. Second one is quad IO fast read. Third one is quad output fast read. Just you have to remember in SPI what are the things will come. Dual input output fast read, quad input output fast read, and quad output fast read. In this you already know about clock, master, out, slave, in, means MOSI, MISO, and chip select. See, in modern PCH there are total 3 chip selects are there. So one is SPI chip select, CS zero hash the one, and second one is CS1 hash. These two used access to separate SPI flash components in descriptor mode. In BIOS, you already read about descriptor mode. These two are used to access two separate SPI flash components in descriptor mode. And third one CS3 hash. You have heard about TPM. This chip select is for TPM devices. The main part of the PCH is RTC. What it is? Real time clock. So before everyone was knowing only it as for count the date and time, present count the date and time. That's true. It counts the present date and time. It has 256 byte of battery backed memory. So what is the advantage of this? I will explain now. See, in previous days, once you remove the cell, the CMOS RTC cell, if you remove, all information will go, it comes to the previous, count and all, right? But in nowadays laptops, if you remove the CMOS or battery, if you off it, then also after some days, after a month, after a 3-4 days week or a week, after a week, if you open this, so the present date and time it will show. Why? Because it has this 256 byte of battery backup inside this, and it will work through 32.768 kilohertz crystal and 3 volts battery. Okay, nowadays up to 24 days, not hours, up to 31 days backup it will take. This is the reason if it is hibernated today and after the motherboard repaired also, you will get the previous one, hibernated one. The old data it will store temporarily. Apart from this, GPIO, general purpose input output and output. So many signals will communicate with these GPIO things, and some more enhanced power management. Intel rapid storage technology, AHCI, it means advanced host control interface, advanced host controller interface. And next thing is SATA, serial ATA controller, and what else, PCI Express, FDI, Intel flexible display interface. So many things are there. That I will explain you one by one in next class.